Katlyn and I were in a hotel last week, and we realized there was no do not disturb sign anywhere in our room or on the door. Now, both of us have very busy lives, and we had finished the show. We were on tour, so I did the show. Katlyn was working her butt off, getting all the video and everything, managing meet and greets. We get back to the hotel. We're exhausted, and this had been a 2 shows in 2 days in 2 cities whole thing. So we get back to the hotel. We're exhausted, and we were just high-fiving each other like, oh, we can actually sleep in a little bit tomorrow. Incredible. So we're looking around for the do not disturb sign, and no, we couldn't. There wasn't one. So we did what any reasonable person would do, and we called the front desk. Now, Katlyn was the one who made the call, but I could hear the conversation on the other end. I would like to do a dramatic reenactment of that conversation, just so you know what we deal with. When we are not here in the studio creating fine podcast content for you, I would like for you to know what we deal with in these cities. Okay, so Katlyn, why don't you play Katlyn, and I will play the front desk person, okay?
All right, let's
All right,
do
so
it.
you're picking up the phone.
Calling.
All right, here we go. Okay. All right, front desk phone is ringing. I'm the front desk person. Okay, so I'm ignoring it. There was a model convention at this hotel. There literally was.
yeah.
So I'm talking to the
There
models.
was.
I'm like, oh, I bet it's those women again. Oh my gosh. Front desk.
Hi. Yeah, I was actually just trying to see if you guys had any of those do not disturb placards that go on the door.
What?
You know, like the do not disturb things you hang on the door so that the maids don't come in the morning.
What is that?
I mean, it seems pretty self-explanatory, but it's one of those little plastic things that you hang on the doorknob so that the maids know that we want to sleep in instead of turning down service.
So it's some sort of sign, and then what would it say on it? Like, we don't want people to come in here? Is that what it would say?
I mean, any of them say like, shh, don't sleep. I mean, shh, we're sleeping, or do not disturb. Please don't come in. No, thank you.
Why would you need that?
So I can sleep in and not be bothered.
Well, if you had that, then you wouldn't have the experience of our housekeeping staff barging into your room at 8 o'clock in the morning and screaming at you in Polish. So you'd miss out on that experience I mean, I've never heard of one of these signs, but if you had one, you'd miss out on that experience. So
Sounds enticing, but I want to sleep in. So when you get one of those, let me know.
well, I mean, we might have one, but where would that even be?
I mean, you work here. Wouldn't you know where that would be?
Was just that, I mean, this is a hotel. Why would you expect us to have this?
Because you're a hotel. And you
I've
usually have this.
never heard of a hotel having something like this. I just don't know. I mean, I guess I can look, deep in the basement, deep in the bowels of the basement. I mean, maybe under some disco records from the 1970s. Maybe I could find one, and tell you what, yeah, I can probably find one, and I'll bring it right up to you. Okay.
Sounds great.
Click. Did we ever get that do not disturb?
No.
Did she make you feel like you were the first person who had ever requested such a thing?
Yeah, and I was really shocked by that because I was like, I don't understand how you've never heard of this.
I wish we could bring every podcast listener individually into that hotel room to see the look on my face. I wish we'd had a camera on me. I'm lounging on the bed. It was a Thursday night. We had Thursday night football on. We're, watching the game, having some snacks after the show. I'm just casual. Katlyn calls the front desk. And again, I can hear this conversation. The look on my face as this conversation proceeded, it was one of those times in life where you think, this person is actually being so insane, they are making me wonder if I'm insane.
Yeah.
The confidence with which this woman delivered her statements, and then the sincere disgust at the request. Did you second guess yourself, or did I?
I mean, I was like, this is not an uncommon request, right? I mean, I've never had to request it though, so
But it made me question my whole life. You know how sometimes in movies you go through this whole movie, and then at the end of it you realize it was just a dream. That person never lived that life. They were, what was it? There was a Nicolas Cage movie with him and Tia Leone. And can you Google Nicolas Cage, Tia Leone, Family Guy or something? Google that. It's family movie. So he has, I actually never saw it, but he has this, he's an investment banker.
The Family Man.
Family Man. Mm-hmm. Is that right? Yeah. He's an investment banker who has a high flying life in New York. He drives a Ferrari. And then I don't know whether he gets knocked out or there's a wizard involved. I never saw the movie, but some sort of cosmic thing happens. And this chick that he had broken up with, it actually flashes back to what had happened if when they were younger, they got married and they have this beautiful life. They're super close with their in-laws and they have kids. And then I actually don't know how it ends, but I guess at the end, he gets sent back to his New York hell life and is like, oh my gosh, I just have all this stuff in this stupid Ferrari and the insurance on it is just like out the wazoo. It's crazy. And New York taxes are insane. I wish I lived in the suburbs. And then he wishes that things had been different. Well, that was a tangent. How this relates to the do not disturb sign is this woman's disgust with us for requesting a do not disturb sign was so complete that I thought that I was in a Family Man moment where it was like, I thought I had all these memories of like, I had a comedy career. I was a touring comedian and I went to all these hotels, and do not disturb signs were a key part of this life of mine. And I have all this life experience that involves being in hotels and putting on do not disturb signs. But what if a rogue wizard cast a spell on me and now I'm just back to like none of that ever happened. Hotels don't exist. So this is just my house. Katlyn is just my roommate. We're just like a couple of women who live together, and this is my apartment, and do not disturb signs have never been invented, and all of my life memories are just a dream. That's how much this woman got in my head. Her condescension made me question all of my life memories. I was like, well, I thought hotels had do not disturb signs, but maybe I'm in another dimension.
Yeah.
And yeah, it actually, well, see, and this goes back to my people pleasing ways. People get in my head way too easy. Way too easy. Most people, my husband, he would have been like, this woman has an attitude. This is insane. I'm going to tell her nicely, but firmly, get me a do not disturb sign. This is crazy. Oh, no, not me. It is so easy for people to get in my head that I would more easily believe that a wizard sent me into another dimension that rendered all of my life memories false than that this person with an attitude might be wrong.